Hello and welcome. Today's topic I'm going to touch on your body, your physical body. And as you know, I usually on my podcast, this one here, I usually touch on both our mental aspects and our physical aspects. And today is just about the physical aspect, and that's because it's inspired by something that I've seen, you see. And that thing is that I've seen a lot of people actually taking care or maybe taking much more care of their cars, their vehicles, more so than their physical bodies. So people keep their vehicles, their cars, or even motorbikes very clean, very tidy, but really do not take care of their physical bodies. So you find that they will be out of shape, and that's because they totally neglect their physical vessels, their own physical bodies, instead of taking care of that first. They rather take care of their cars. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking care of your car or any sort of vehicle that you possess. However, if that is taken care of more than your physical body, then it says a lot about you. You see, this physical body that we have been given or that we possess, we should not take it for granted, because this is the only vessel that we have. And the reason is that this vessel helps us in doing various things in life, navigating through life. If you're going to be working, you need your physical body to be healthy just as much as your mental being, right? So now, if your physical body is in ailment, it is deteriorating, you're not taking good care of it, right? Instead of going maybe to the doctor or just for a checkup once in a while, you rather go to take your car to the mechanics for a thorough checkup. This will, in the long run, obviously it's not something that's very conducive. It's not good at all, because our bodies, in order to function well, in order to navigate this earth that we're in and do our work that we like to do, right, we need that healthy physicality, and that's why I'm someone who really advocates for exercising and training. And ever since I started training myself and exercising in a regular basis, I'm not here to tell you that I do it every single day or that I'm the most physical or physically strong person that I know, right? No, I'm not. But I'm just comparing myself to the old me. You see, when I was not physically active, right, back then, about 9-10 years ago, right, even my mental state wasn't good. And I'm one to believe that in order to get a good balance, right, of the physical and mental, these two should be aligned, right? And we can always start somewhere. Some people start with their mentality. You can do all sorts of things to level up your mentality, right? You can educate yourself, study, just get your mental state stronger. Do puzzles, play games that are very cognitive and all that. And then when it comes to the physical part, you have to at least do any sort of physical exercises or just physical activity, right? And I wasn't doing a lot of physical activities back then. I was just I used to be a reader and all that, but I totally neglected my physical aspect of my life. So what happens is that my mental state also dropped. So you can see that these two actually have to go hand in hand. You can't just be, especially these days, right? You can't just rely on your mental state and then feed that and only try and make that only the healthy part, right? You also have to really take care of your physical part too, right? Now exercising is totally subjective. Whatever exercise that you choose is really up to you. There's so many things to choose from. Simple as walking. You can walk at least 30-20 minutes a day, to more vigorous training such as combat and martial arts, and all those vigorous and strenuous trainings. Really up to you how you want to push the limit of your physical body, right? I for myself, I just do body weight training, simple exercises like push-ups. I do the push-pull training, push-ups, pull-ups, squats, but I have a proper exercise regime which I write down, and I follow it throughout the week, and that has made me feel a bit healthier. Not a bit, much healthier compared to the past. You see, I'm much healthier. I've got much more energy, and that's the other advantage that you get from your physical training. You get a burst of energy. A lot of people right now, or these days, I see very young but have no energy. They don't have that energy that will propel them to do things. And it's not that they are lazy, it's just that they lack the energy to do the things they want to do. And with these energy drinks, they think that's the proper remedy to getting actual energy. Those are just shortcuts. I mean, I do drink energy drinks myself, but that's just by the way, right? But most of my energy comes after a good training session, after good exercises, a good exercising session, right? I also play soccer with the local boys around my place at least once a week. I have a bicycle, which I ride at least once or every fortnight. I try and ride my bike, depending on my energy level or even time. Sometimes I'm really stressed for time, but I try and make time and to do all these physical things that I try, so I can get that energy out there, right? So this is important because our body is physical for a reason. So in order for it not to deteriorate, our body not to try and not, can try our best to make it stronger, we need that physical, just as a vigorous training, right? And times, like I said, you do not need to go all out on it. Just a simple walk can do it. But for us men, especially us men who are below, or if you're in your 20s, there really is no excuse. And even if you're in your 30s, right, there's no excuse to really do some real strength training, hard strength training, right? But if you're in your 40s, you can just do a simple body weight, because by then our body aren't as strong as we aren't as strong as we were in our 20s, right, or 30s. However, that strength can actually be heightened when we do or just do any training that we or just do any sort of exercise that involves strength training. We can get back our strength by doing these things, you see. And the beauty of this is that this is a lifelong sort of thing. You just have to make sure you make time for it. You don't have to do every single day. And plus, exercises do not have to be always optimum. You can be consistent, right? Just exercise every day, but you do not always have to be optimal, meaning that when you're doing your reps every single day, they do not have to be 100 reps, 100 squats every single day. You can just vary your reps, and when you feel fatigued or tired, you can just slow it down, do simple other exercises that are less taxing to the body. So you can just start with these simple stuff, just so many simple things that you can do to get your energy up and get exercising right. Then work your way up to do even heavier stuff, right? I'd recommend doing things like calisthenics, body weight, just the usual push-up, squats, maybe with a bit of weight, and then gradually increase those weights. This way you are training your body and actually strengthening your body at the same time. And also obviously cardio, especially when you are older, 40s, 50s. Cardio is very important, and that's why I advocate for walking. And it's a good cardio, long walks, especially daily walks. Those are very good. So if you're younger, because you're still pumped up and you still have that vigor and energy, just do a lot of explosive training, running, sprinting, all that. And these are just healthy ways you can do and start with, right? But the point is taking care of our bodies is very important. The younger you are, and when you neglect this, the more stress you pile up on your body, and you find you're ailing very, very quickly. You're ailing and your body is just getting tired for no reason. Sometimes you find someone so tired as if he's been lifting so much, but he just needs to exercise. That's it. So our body is a vessel, our body is a vehicle, and just like the cars and the bikes that we own, we're taking care of it. We take them to the car wash, we take them for service to the mechanics, to the garage. So let's not neglect our bodies too. Our bodies actually they're more important than these cars, because without these bodies, healthy bodies, we cannot even get the cars that we want. We cannot get the things that we want. So I'm gonna stop there, and let's really take care of our bodies and see the best version of ourselves physically, what I call the God version. That's the version of how nature intended us. And as men, usually, who I speak to, nature intended us to be strong, and nature intends us to be very strong, as much as strong as we can be, right? And that means that in order to be strong, it's inevitable that we train our body, and thus we see the best version, which I call the God version. How nature and how life meant us to be. And with that said, I'm gonna stop there. Peace to the gods.